Good morning, everybody. It is the last day on this project. Fingers crossed anyways. Barring any craziness, we should be done with this project today. So, first of all, it's a glorious morning. It's absolutely beautiful. It's crystal clear, beautiful sunrise. Now, it is cold as shit. It's about 32 degrees this morning, so it ain't a warm morning, but it's beautiful. I'll take it. I like fall for that reason. So, we got the dozer, should be getting dropped here in the next hour, assuming the people at the rental company did their job right. I did request being the first drop this morning. So in theory, we should be getting that dozer here in about an hour. For the time being, I'm going to busy myself with this area right here. I'm going to take the Mini or the CX-80 and just kind of scrape and clean that up a little bit. That was one area we didn't get last night. Oh, I should back up. I didn't record yesterday. Let me get you out of the sun. I didn't record yesterday because it was rainy and gross. We had this front moving through. That was part of the reason. The other reason was it was small piddly stuff, just kind of prepping for the dozer. So yesterday we went around the far wall way back up there on the ridge. We spruced that up. I actually got some dirt behind the wall and I shaped it with the skid steer. What you guys saw the other day with the Mini, that was kind of the first half, but that whole back half now is pretty dang close to being totally dialed in now. The other side of the detached garage, I got that dialed in with the skid yesterday. So all of the small stuff that the dozer's not gonna be able to touch, we were just kind of prepping for the dozer. We did dig a little bit more out of our borrow pit over here because we needed some good material for up front for the little retaining wall and a couple touch-up spots. So there wasn't really enough to justify me recording. I figured you guys would find it a pretty boring day because I found it a pretty boring day, and we were out of here by 2:30 because it was just prep for the dozer. So I'm gonna finish wrapping that up because that was one little area that we didn't touch yesterday that's obviously not gonna be dozerable. So I'll busy myself with that until the dozer comes. And then it's just gonna be dozing this whole thing out. And in all honesty, with the progress we made yesterday with the skid steer, if I can get that dozer here in the next hour, I'll be done with this lot by noon. I'm just gonna say it. It's not gonna take that long, especially with the 1150. It's just not gonna take that long. So let me get the machines warmed up. They're fired up. I'm getting them warmed up right now. So let me get those warmed up properly, and then I'll get you guys in the Mini and we'll go to work and start prepping. So I'll see you in a minute. Everything's moving slow this morning with how cold it is. Which, by the way, another update here. So as you can see, I'm parked over where we left off with the culvert. Those are the two lines that Rick hit. Turns out those are dead lines. So he did get lucky on that one. That's why they were unmarked. They've been open in the trench now for 3 days. This is day 3, and we still haven't had anyone out from Comcast. No one in the neighborhood reporting cable being out, so I think we dodged a bullet on that one. They did come out and remark our utilities, so you can see the main run here, which is what we had marked originally. You can see the line going out here, which is why we were in total disbelief and shock when we hit lines back over here. So it is what it is. The gas line that you see going across is actually, this is the gas main on this side of the road. That is the lead that goes to the house across the street. That should be plenty deep that we shouldn't have to worry about that. Luckily we're past it, so even if we did have to worry about it, we would hit it by now. So hooray, we are past that point. It is cold this morning. Nothing wants to move, including myself and including my machine. So I did do a bunch of like kind of BS grade work yesterday. Just everywhere I was gonna be hard getting the dozer into. So like right up against this retaining wall, we went ahead and graded that and did most of the handwork. I'm just gonna try to pull some of these irrigation lines out because they look like garbage. missed it. I missed it. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. I hate these sprinkler lines. They keep ripping off right at ground level. And they look like trash. Yeah, see, it just keeps popping off in these little tiny sections, and it will never freaking break off below the dirt level. It's always right above the dirt level. Oh my gosh, it's so slow. All right, so this is where we're gonna do a little air digging like we talked about in our video the other day. I've got to get these hydraulics warm. Yeah, look at how slow that's moving. Ooh, baby. It's cold. So our high today here in Michigan is about 56 degrees. It's not, well, I take that back. I want to say it's 53 degrees. So it's low 50s. Right now it's like 30, I think 33 or 34. Fall is definitely here. Oh, and the squeaking has been driving me insane over the last couple days. I did call the rental place and tell them that they're missing a Zerk fitting so that they can fix that when they go back in. If you haven't figured it out yet, the place that we're renting all this case equipment from is in fact the dealership that I used to work for. I'm not gonna say their name, but I bet you fine, smart people can figure that one out. So I talked to an old buddy of mine over there and let him know when this machine comes back, they need to replace that Zerk fitting before it goes out again. See if we can do some digging. And my goal here is just get it close enough that we can go literally rake the teeth marks out of it and we're done. If you get it close enough with your machine, you can make it real easy to labor. So that long retaining wall on the other side of the property, I had gotten that close enough with the hoe that I was able to, by myself, with just a come along, I was able to grade that entire hill out in about 15 minutes. And it was just raking out machine marks and kind of dressing it up and getting little areas that I couldn't touch. But that was, you know, the length of the property that I was able to do in that time, and it was because I had gotten it close enough with the machine. Ooh, it is cold. This machine is not one to move. It's because I got it so close with the machine that I didn't have a lot of actual physical labor to do. So that's where honing your skills on these machines can really benefit you if you're laboring for yourself, or if you have a laborer, you can make a really good friend because your laborer doesn't have to work as hard because you have taken the time to learn your machine. So I did want to apologize. I know that this vlog series hasn't been as cool and I guess the production value on this one hasn't been quite what it was on my ones in the past on these vlogs, and there's a good reason for that. And the reason is this was such a big project for 2 people. I simply have not had time to really get a lot of cool camera shots and focus on the video making side, because I've been focused on the working side. Oh, that's gonna be great. Let me fix this rock and I will tell you a bit more about my story. Unfortunately, once they crack, they don't ever go back together nicely. And this is always way harder with a cold machine and cold hydraulics. You're used to the machine acting a certain way, and when it's cold like this, it doesn't act that way. Oh, you son of a bitch! That is really not what I wanted to do. Really don't want to rebuild this whole freaking wall over 2 pieces that need to move. I feel like this is an ominous start to the day. This was supposed to be a quick 5-second deal. It wasn't supposed to be this involved. Alright, so since this is taking way longer than I thought, let me tell you a little bit about this week. This is actually a realistic view of what a real life construction career looks like. So this week, this job was about an hour and 15 minutes from the house. So I would wake up at 5:30 for the last 2 weeks. I would be out the door by 6 a.m. to get to Rick's place by 6:30. We would carpool from Rick's place and get here on site. Our goal was to leave Rick's by about 6:30, 6:45, and that would put us here on site right around 8 o'clock in the morning. And that's when you guys would see me starting my day. So when we got on site and the sun's up and it's beautiful and I can make it look like it's a magical experience being a heavy equipment operator, like that's when you guys see my day starting. But reality is I've been up for about 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours before you guys see the first shot of the day. So once we're on site, we will work, because it's 2 of us and this is a huge project. We've been working pretty much non-stop. I will take a break every 2 or 3 hours to go grab a quick bite out of my lunch. And I mean quick, like less than 5 minutes. I will run over to the truck, grab something out of my lunch and eat it really quick, hop back in the machine and go back at it. I'll do something similar around lunchtime, probably take about 10 minutes to eat my lunch, back at it. And that's it. There's no other breaks, there's no other downtime. It's been work the whole time we're here, and we generally will wrap up about 6 o'clock, 6:30, somewhere in there. That's when you guys see me record my end of the day video, and in your eyes, that's when my day ends. The reality is, once I record that video and we head off down the road, you may recall I've been loading boulders into the dump trailer. We are taking those boulders to another job that's about halfway back to Rick's place. So on our way home from here, we have to take a 30-minute detour to drop the boulders off. dump those in the next customer's yard. Then we get to Rick's place, which has generally been about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then I have my 15-minute drive to my place from Rick's place. So my day has been leave my door at 6 a.m. and generally walk back in the door around 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night. And that's what it's been for the last 2 weeks. So I don't, obviously I want to build excitement about the trades. This is a great career. I absolutely love it. We have a blast out here doing the work, but full disclosure, my day is very long when I'm on a real job like this, and it is a lot of hard work. It is a lot of hard hours. I mean, you guys have seen me fighting with the edge drain on a previous video. You see me doing handwork and raking and shoveling. Yesterday we spent probably an hour and a half just doing handwork out here with the two of us. So, I don't want to give the false impression that this is just a beautiful gravy train that you can clean up and make a crap load of money and not do a lot of hard work. It is a lot of hard work. It's a lot of long hours. But at the same time, I mean, look at where we're working. Look at the beautiful sunrise. We got fall colors out here. We're outside on a cool, crisp morning. I don't have a boss on the job site. I mean, Rick is more of a friend that I'm helping out, so I haven't, I don't have to answer to anyone. That's why I love this business. I didn't have to go to an office this morning. I'm out here enjoying life on this beautiful morning. And so is my friend Joe over there, who is yet again, let me make sure you guys can see him. Let me adjust the camera up for you. There's Joe. He's over there blowing his driveway again. Right on cue. I mean, almost down to the minute. That's how good this guy is. So, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and keep at it. I'm gonna save the GoPro battery for when we get the 1150 out here. That way we can get some good dozer footage. In the meantime, I'm just gonna keep working on this wall, and we'll catch you guys we'll catch you guys here in a bit. All right, guys, dozer's officially here. And instead of having a lowboy, they brought the landall, which makes life so much easier because we don't have to f around with side loading or trying to drive the tractor up in the yard. This is gonna be way easier. And if you've never seen one of these landalls, they're pretty slick trailers. And you just slowly walk those wheels up and then tip the load back. Pretty nifty way of loading. And for those of you new to the industry, you may ask yourself, why are you recording instead of getting up there and getting in the machine and firing it up? Most drivers, not all, but most drivers are pretty particular about their loads. So they appreciate it when you help them unchain. Woo. They appreciate it when you help them unchain, but most of them do not want you driving stuff up onto the trailer or taking stuff off of the trailer. There's always exceptions to every rule, but for the most part. And that is why I helped them unchain, and now I'm sitting here waiting for them to be done with their stuff, and I'll take over. And I have no idea why that just popped out of the fifth wheel. That'd make me a little nervous if I was the driver. I don't know if it was locked in or what. I've never seen that before. By the way, this has the Leica 2D system on it, which I'm going to show you guys once I reorient myself and remember how to run it. It's a pretty slick little system. It's not full-blown GPS. It's got full-blown GPS, but since we don't have GPS on this site, and we don't have a base station and all the garbage to make it work, you can still use the 2D setup. And you can still run slopes and percentages and grades. So we'll get into that here shortly. There he goes. A little unconventional, but it works. I don't think he was intending to do that. All right, I'll catch you guys here in a minute in the machine.